You bet. Concur. We don't need any more of these.
All right. Good morning, space fans. You know the drill. Let me know if you can hear me, and let me know if you can see the live video of Starship SN9 Texas. Give me a 5x5 in chat over the lights. And it is a potential launch. Starship is standing tall out there. All the pieces are in place. We've got TFRs, and we've got naval restrictions, and we've got road closures. And actually, SpaceX told Mary she needed to evacuate the village this morning. So the village evacuation notice is in effect, but in true Mary form, she said, not before I get the sunrise for Starship over. It's a 100% grade A, accept no substitutions live stream from Mary right at the side of the road looking across a little bit of water there at Starship SN9. So the NASA spaceflight team will be bringing you live coverage and commentary from all over Boca Chica and South Padre Island today as we watch this crane be in our way a lot of the time. Not really. The crane's actually really cool. There's a couple angles where the crane is actually hopping in there, but it is looking fantastic this morning. Nice clear skies across the board, and we are hoping that we get a launch. I already told you, Mary rolled out super early this morning, and even though she's got to evacuate the village, right now she is out there on the side of the road bringing us the live view of Starship. So let's get Mary's information up there if we could, and we will make sure everybody knows. There we go, right there at Boca Chica Gal, y'all. If you don't know Mary, you need to give her a follow over on Twitter. Find her posting up pictures every single day. The videos that we get every single day are all because Mary is the most dedicated person out there who is capturing what is going on. So let's hop around a little bit here as well and introduce the rest of the team. We're going to back it off a little bit to one of the robotic cameras out here. Get a little bit more sunrise there. But looking fantastic out there this morning. Also on commentary this morning with me, I think I should have Michael Baylor back in the studio. You online, Michael?
Going? Yes, I am here, and I'm tired, but I'm awake, and hopefully we will see a Starship launch attempt today, although we'll have to... I don't think we've actually got any fresh word this morning. Last night, SpaceX confirmed that the attempt was happening, which is a very good sign, but hopefully we'll see the road closures or the evacuation occur as expected, and that will give us an indication that they're still on for today.
So, Michael, really quickly, I want to ask before we go on to the rest of the people that are hanging out with us here, what's the deal with the FAA notification? Like, do we have clearance from the FAA? I thought they had a standing launch license. Can't they just launch whenever they want?
So for every Starship test, the FAA has to review the specific profile, and that is the process that is the problem right now. The FAA has given SpaceX general approval to launch Starship from Boca Chica, but they still have to review every test flight's individual trajectory. And as far as I know, they have not gotten that approval yet. I'm not sure if that's changed over the past few hours, but I think SpaceX is pretty much hoping to press forward with an attempt and hope they get approval sometime this morning or into the afternoon. And as soon as they get that approval, they will launch if the weather looks okay.
Okay, and that was like Elon was tweeting about that, I think, the other day, about trying to get FAA approval, and then it was like tomorrow, but he was in the middle of the night. Apparently he plays video games as well. Last night it sounds like he was up late playing video games. But I know that we've been continuing to keep an eye on all the information, and today it's looking like we've got a pretty good chance of getting a potential flight in. I believe, let's check in, I think we've got one more person. Of course, it was me, it was Mary out there in the field, it was Michael that we just introduced there. Wait, what's wrong with that? Did you change your profile picture?
I did. I changed my profile picture.
I was confused. I was like, what just appeared on the screen there? Who is that? Jack Beyer is joining us. Jack's over at South Padre Island right now. How's it looking this morning out the hotel window, Jack?
Looking great. Excited to get a launch today, although it's pretty wild. I mean, the elephant in the room, or I guess in this case on the launch pad, is right there, as you can see. Tankzilla.
Oh, it just switched off. Yeah, but it's still over there.
Yeah. I mean, I guess they're going to try and launch with a crane right there. So, very interesting.
We saw him roll that Tankzilla crane. It looks like Godzilla to me. Like, if you were to draw on it, you could put little spines down the back, and it's got a little face, and it's got a little tail sticking up. I mean, it clearly looks like Godzilla, right? If you ask me. But they rolled that out to the pad, and we're like, what is going on? Why are they sending the huge crane out there? And yesterday, according to Mary, they had it over on the landing pad, so the big concrete flat area, and they had unloaded it from that self-propelled modular transporter. And then we were wondering what was going on. I mean, are they going to try to roll out SN10 and get some meme photo shoots or something with 2 Starships on the pad? Did they have something else big they were going to pick up? Somebody asked if they were going to try to move SN9 from pad A or pad B to pad A, and didn't really make a lot of sense why that crane got rolled out there. But yesterday evening, if you saw our daily video yesterday, we had some time lapse of that crane actually leaving the landing pad and driving up to the pad A. It's pad A, right? Michael, Mary, Jack.
Yes, pad A.
I got that right?
Yep, pad A.
Okay. So that's even more confusing for me, because can you launch with that massive crane at pad A right next? But it's really close looking, right?
It sounds like yes. I mean, by all accounts, it seems like the answer is yes.
I mean, do you think the person who designed that crane, like, okay, our engineering requirements include, you know, needs to carry this much, needs to weigh this much, needs to withstand this winds and these gusts, and oh yeah, also needs to be able to withstand a Starship with 3 Raptor engines firing less than 100 yards away? Like, you think that was in the design document?
Likely not, but you never know. I will say, though, if you can see from this angle, that pad B is sort of below pad A. Yep. Pad A is very much more raised up off the ground on its own sort of plateau. And pad B is, I mean, you can see there's a berm there, like a dirt berm. I don't know to what extent or how much protection that elevation difference and that sort of dirt berm kind of setup would help Tankzilla live. But yeah. I don't know, you know, hopefully it survives without a scratch. That would be ideal. I mean, I know Starhopper's like super chunky, but Starhopper seems to have fared pretty well with SN5, SN6, and SN8. Even with SN8 exploding next to it. So hopefully we can look to Starhopper and its bravery and be optimistic that Tankzilla will survive a launch today.
Hopefully so. Again, it was flabbergasting to see them rolling that thing out.
Yep.
I thought that they were going to, I don't know, just try to take out SN10 or something. But apparently they're fine leaving that crane out there. Or I guess we'll find out if they're fine if this thing takes off today. I think what we're looking at here from the beach angle, the pad is not yet clear, right, Michael?
Yes, this is actually interesting because there are a lot. This is by sort of the parking lot they have towards the landing zone and the orbital launch pad. And if you watch the stream we had for the previous attempt on Monday, there was a lot more cars out here right now. So to me, this looks like all the crews that are working on the orbital launch pad and unrelated projects to SN9 have not been called in to work at the launch site today, which to me seems like a good sign. And you can see there are a few cars, but on Monday there was a huge parking lot, and normally there is a huge parking lot of cars. We're not seeing that this morning.
Yeah, we saw the digger. There was some earthwork that was happening back by the orbital launch pad, and we're not seeing all that stuff in the background. Is there a lift? There are people walking around underneath SN9 right now. Look at that. You can just see the silhouette. Watch the bottom of SN9, and it looks like there are some lifts either directly underneath it or directly in front of it, it looks like there, right?
Yeah, I think there are a couple lifts over there. At least there were.
They're with somebody. Yep, they're there. So there are still people down. I mean, those are 2 people silhouetted against the bottom of it, if I'm not mistaken. So there are people out there actively doing something on SN9, but again, it's 7 a.m. It's super early in the morning over there, and we are hoping that we get a flight today. When does the window open? I mean, the roads need to close down, the village needs to be evacuated. What are the timings there, Michael?
So from what the residents have said, the village is evacuated at 8 a.m. That is the same time that temporary flight restriction goes into effect, and then the road closes at 9, so that's an hour later. But we'll see if they start clearing the area before that. Often they will start clearing the area before the road goes into effect. So if Mary sees the sheriff driving around